Now then, where in the world might you think of as being religiously intolerant? Well, the world's war zones, perhaps Yemen, Syria, others like Afghanistan. Or perhaps, though, surprisingly, also India. That is according to the Pew Research Centre. Anyway, it also features coming in fourth, in fact, in their list. Religious minorities there coming recently under repeated attacks from ultra-nationalist right-wing Hindu groups, despite the freedom to openly practice any religion being enshrined in the constitution. Well, this Easter, our correspondents in India, Edward Sudr and Ivantika Seth, turned their attention to the country's Christian minority, representing just 2% of the population.
It's Good Friday in New Delhi, and hundreds of faithful Christians have gathered for a procession. They're displaying their faith openly, despite the curious and confused onlookers. Marching in the footsteps of Jesus, today's day of suffering resonates with the Christian community in India, which has recently endured many hardships.
Right now, the situation is really bad. We have heard so many attacks on Christians, like on churches also, on fathers, and especially on the people also. So we get really scared.
We are really under threat, and therefore, as Christian community, we do come together to show our solidarity.
Over the last 2 years, violent attacks against the Christian community in India have risen sharply. Such attacks have ranged from discrimination and insults to destruction of places of worship and sometimes even murder. The community represents only 2% of India's 1.3 billion population, and with Hindu fundamentalism on the rise, their situation is worsening. SHIBU TOMSON Thomas is on a mission to track anti-Christian attacks across India. As he crisscrosses the country, he receives many phone calls daily.
The police has come and stopped the worship service. He's literally crying. Hello?
His NGO Persecution Relief has found that between 2016 and 2017, attacks against Christians have doubled.
I've been doing it for 2.5 years and I've recorded more than 1,200 cases across India.
Today, he's on his way to a Catholic hospital in Madhya Pradesh in central India. In early March, a group of men stormed the institution claiming the property belonged to them. They did not hesitate to attack the sisters.
They literally pushed us back. They came to hit us. They abused and insulted us. We became very scared as soon as they arrived.
The attackers then illegally erected a wall in the courtyard of the hospital that was built 45 years ago.
They removed all the CCTVs around here. The 4 CCTVs were there. And first they removed all. We are threatened and we don't get justice here. Police is not helping. The administration was silent about it. We went to we knocked at different doors of this administration, collector, commissioner, but we did not get the timely help.
Prime Minister Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party reigns supreme in Madhya Pradesh, where it has been in power for the last 12 years. Here, the ideology of the Hindu right wing is deeply rooted, and many now see the Christian minority as a threat.
I think there are more churches than temples today. In very poor neighborhoods, these Christians lure people and convert them.
I heard in the news that Christians are converting Hindus. I believe this is wrong and shouldn't happen.
Such attacks almost always start with allegations of forced conversions. It's an excuse readily used to justify violence by ultra-nationalist groups like the RSS, a paramilitary organization that once counted Narendra Modi amongst its active members. Today, SHIBU is meeting a pastor who was recently accused of forcibly converting people to Christianity. He received us in this church, which he claims was destroyed by members of the RSS.
This place was well built, but they broke it all and left. Then they threatened us, saying that if we continued to worship here, they would hit us and force us to flee. Police also told us to stop our prayers.
According to various testimonies, even the police often turn a blind eye. Local authorities are also accused of misusing the state's anti-conversion law to threaten minorities.
This law is basically used to harass and intimidate people of the Christian community. There is no need for any different kind of law. We have been following a law which is universal in the country, which is based on secularism.
In fact, members of Prime Minister Modi's cabinet are pushing for the adoption of such anti-conversion laws at the national level. For the country's 25 million Christians, this is yet another matter for concern.